الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Please repeat after me. الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله.
الصلاة والسلام
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله. وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله. نويت السنة وأتيك. Can I ask all the youngsters if they're in the rooms or in the corridors to make their way in the time? ऊपर भी सुन रहे हैं अगर खाना ready हो गया मैसेज ये मिला कि everything's ready तो आप नीचे तशरीफ लाएं और चलें इंशाल्लाह. I'm not going to be very long, but there are a few very important points that I needed to cover. First of all, a blessing of the Pak. Now, every morning when we get up, we have needs. And usually during the day, we'll be asking other people for their help and everything else. Allah advises कि फिर के गली का बात ठोकरें सबकी खाए क्यों दिल को जो अक्ल दे खुदा तेरी गली से जाए. You know, if you are clever about it and you're wise about it, just stick with Allah and His Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they will solve all your problems. Listen to this hadith of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was reported to have said, the one who recites Durood Pak upon me 100 times, Allah Azza wa Jalla will fulfill 100 of His needs. ठीक है? तो जो रोजाना मुझको 100 मर्तबा दुरूद पाक करेगा, अल्लाह अज़्ज़ा व जल्ल उसकी 100 हाजतें पूरी करेगा. 70 in the hereafter and 30 in this world. कितनी बड़ी बात है सर. ये समझ जब हम उठते हैं फजर पढ़ते हैं, how long does it take to recite दुरूद पाक 100 times? Maybe 5 minutes. लेकिन वो जो 5 मिनट है ना, हो सकता है दिन में आपको दूसरों से मांगने से बचा ले. They will no doubt help you in that your needs will be fulfilled by the creator of the heavens. So कोशिश करें इसे रूटीन में. सल्लु अलल हबीब सल्लल्लाहु तआला अला मुहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्lam. I did have a slightly longer beyond prep for the youngsters, but I'm going to try and keep it short because the era that we live in, a lot of people that try and challenge the walis of Allah. So पहले कहते हैं there's no such thing as walis of Allah. Where does it say it in the Quran? Because we don't read the Quran, we don't answer that. Then they say, oh, why do you say that these walis have special powers? Then, why do you have specific dates for Yarmishi, for example? And alhamdulillah, our blessed scholars, may Allah increase their ranks, have dealt with all of these issues to their heart's content, and there's no doubt in any of it. But I just wanted to go through a couple of things for the youngsters today, because you will get people who will say, there's no such thing as walis. Where does it say in the Quran? Let me start with a beautiful story. This was Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani. Now, the mankabat that was just being recited, a beautiful mankabat. And Hazrat Sayyidi Ghusi Azam from Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani is the head of the Silsila of the Light. He's the leader of all the Nalis of Allah. He was somebody truly special. I haven't got time to go into his miraculous birth, but I'll tell you this, that when he was born, there was a doubt over whether Ramadan had started or not that day, because he was born on the 1st of Ramadan. And so the people came to the house of Sayyidi Ghusi Azam and to see whether he was drinking milk during the day, and if he wasn't, then it was the 1st of Ramadan. This is how amazing he was. He was the one who, while he went to madrasa, and they taught him, the beginning ayat, he recited 18 paras of the glorious Quran. And when he was asked, why did you stop at this stage? He said that my mother was a hafiza of 18 paras. I learnt these while in the mother of my stomach. This was the wali of Allah at the beginning. Now, Sayyidi Ghusi Azam was blessed with the vision of Aka Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Aka Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, why don't you preach the deen? And he said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I'm actually, these are Arabs, the Arabic is very good. That was very difficult for me to talk amongst them. Aka Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam put their lawabid down, or their saliva mubarak into the mouth of Sayyidi Ghusi Azam 7 times. And then, Hazrat Sayyidina Ali put their saliva mubarak into the mouth of Hazrat Sayyidi Ghusi Azam 6 times. And he became such a great preacher, and you can still gain knowledge from his books and his speeches all these hundreds of years later. Sayyidi Ghusi Azam was truly somebody remarkable. He sat with his students, and his gatherings were huge as well. He was a teacher and a great teacher. He sat with his students back in, and suddenly the great sheikh puts his hand out, and the arm disappears. Then, after some time, the students are watching this. After a short time, the arm comes back and it's wet. The students asking, yeah, saying, what is this? You know, your arm disappeared into thin air, and then it suddenly came back. What is this? The great sheikh said, you carry on with your studies. Which waqt guzra, and a caravan came to the court saying, he was Hazm and they came and they said, we thank you for saving us. And they said, well, tell us what happened. They said, well, we were in the ocean, our ship was actually drowning, there was a storm, and it was about to go, and we called out, Ya Shaykh Abdul Qadir Jilani Shayyan Lillahi, oh Shaykh, help us for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. A hand came out of nowhere, it stabilized the boat, and we came to shore, we got off, and we came straight to the great Shaykh to thank him for saving Allah. This is the powers that Allah Azza wa Jal gives his willies. We're straight away the shaitan, and the shaitan can be from men or jinn. These, they meet out there, they say, well, how can that be? Where's the evidence in the Quran? Quran में कोई ऐसा कोई वाक़या नहीं है जिसमें ऐसा this is complete fabrication and a lie against the Quran. If you pick up the glorious Quran, Hazrat Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam, sorry, Hazrat Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam is a great prophet of Allah Azza wa Jal. Very powerful. He sat in his court. The queen of Yemen, Sheba, she's coming. Bilqis is coming. And Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam says, okay, who can get me her throne before she gets it? Shahzadi ke pahunchne se pehle uska takht hazir ho jaye. And the scholars write that it wasn't that she was just setting out from Yemen. No, she was actually quite close. A jinn gets her. And he says, I am trustworthy, I am strong. I will go get it. Has this Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam asked how long? He said, not that long. Before you get up from your position, as if you have to take a method of the until this gathering finishes. And it was his intention, no doubt, he was going to fly to Yemen, he was going to tear down the doors, and the takht was behind 7 doors, he was going to tear down all the doors, pick up this huge takht, which is massive, bring it all the way back, and into the court of Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam. As the Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam said, no, you sit down. Then the glorious Quran says, a wali of Allah Azza wa Jal, somebody with knowledge of the books to us. When Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam asked him the same question, how long? He said, within the twinkling of an eye. Does this Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam blinks and the takht is in front of him? These are the powers of the wali of Allah. Now, there are a few questions here. One is, this is the power of a wali in the court of Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam. Can you imagine the power of Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam? Why is it that he wanted the servant to bring the takht? Because he wanted to show the world the power that Allah gives walis. First, the second point is this. Why is this waqia noted in the glorious Quran? Because Allah Azza wa Jal wanted to show the great status of his walis as well. Okay? So that's the first. And the second thing, it was a beautiful story, and I won't go into it too much detail because I haven't got time. But Sayyidina Azza, a king comes to see him. And the king is a tyrant king, and he thinks, I'll go and test if this is a true wali of Allah Azza wa Jal. I'll ask him for, say, apples. And it wasn't the season of apples, and this is the olden days, where obviously you didn't have transportation like we have today. So it was not the season of a fruit, you can't find it. So he thinks, I'll go and ask the great sheikh for an apple. He goes to the court and says, and he says, produce me an apple. And the great sheikh suddenly produces 2 apples. He gives him one, has one themselves, and here's when he bites it. You can tell by his face that it's bitter. The one that Sayyidina was sweet. He said, why is mine bitter and yours sweet? The great sheikh replied, because yours has touched the hand of a tyrant. You know, this was the great sheikh. It goes on the story because he tried to give some money in the court of Sayyidina a bag of money. And the great sheikh refused to take it. When he insisted, took it, squeezed it, and blood started to come out. He said, how dare you torture the people, you oppress the people, and then you bring the money to me? And that's one of the great traits of the great walis of Allah. But again, the shaitan and these people out there, they say, oh, how can that be? How can somebody produce fruits from nowhere? Again, we go back to the glorious Quran. Hazrat Sayyidina Zakaria alayhi salam was in charge of Hazrat Maryam radiallahu ta'ala, the mother of Jesus, Hazrat Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam. Now, he used to lock the chamber, and alhamdulillah, I had the honour of being in that chamber as well in Palestine. And he used to lock the chamber and go away, and then he used to come back, he used to give her food and look after her. And he comes back once, the door's locked, he opens the door, he goes in, and suddenly there are all these unseasonal fruits. Pale, there was no pale. So he says, oh Maryam, where have these come from? And she replies, these are from Allah. Now who was Hazrat Maryam radiallahu ta'ala? There are no women prophets. She was a waliya, she was a friend of Allah Azza wa Jal. This is the power that Allah Azza wa Jal gives his walis. So if a waliya of the Bani Israel, Hazrat Maryam radiallahu ta'ala can have these unseasonal fruits, then one of the greatest walis of the Ummah of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam can produce apples as well. Now the problem is this is where I want you to concentrate. I'm going to be quick. What we do is when we see these fake things on TV, the X-Men and all this rubbish, they have all these powers, and suddenly we start to believe in them. All this is lies, it's not the truth. But there are people in the world who Allah has blessed with these powers. And those people are the walis of Allah. When you pick up the books of history, these walis of Allah have produced these miracles only to help and fight against those who are fighting the deen of Islam. They are not like the Nabis. The Nabis are given the hukum to actually, show their miracles, to show their prophet. The walis don't like this. We tend to judge these people. हम समझते हैं कि वली उस वक्त वली बनता है जबकि वो कोई करामत दिखा है. This is not the truth. They actually don't like it. The real truth of the walis is this. It is their teaching. It is their teachings which they give. I'm just going to give you a couple of teachings of Sayyid Walis Azam radiallahu ta'ala. I'm conscious of time. Doesn't it? Hujjatul Islam Imam Ghazali, first of all, he was a great wali of Allah. He says, the nafs bears countless connotations and meanings. One of them entails it to be that which kindles lust and anger within the humankind. Adherents of Sufism mentions the word frequently, as they consider the nafs capable of endangering the person. Now, क्या हो रहा है? हम क्या करते हैं? हर किसी को पढ़ते हैं. Was he like? Actually, अगर औलिया किराम की जो तालीमात है उसे देखा जाए, you don't need to read everybody else that. आप सिर्फ इसे पढ़ो. Read the one inside, your nafs and the shaitan inside. Consistently, if they consistently address your nafs, ask him, whatever good you will earn, you will get benefit. If you go into sin, if you look at the wrong things on the internet, if you're disrespectful to your parents, if you listen to music, if you do all these things, then you will pay the price for it in this world and in the hereafter. You've got to, everybody has these desires. You've got to recognize that you don't follow the desires, you follow the teachings of Allah and His Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Today there's no move to try and purify. अपने आप को ना, अपने दिल को, अपने ज़हन को, अपने conscience को साफ करने की कोई नहीं. अगर बुग़्ज़ और कीना और दावत और कदावत बड़ी है तो हम उसे पालते रहते हैं. लेकिन what the walis of Allah taught us is कर ले दिल दीजिए सफाई जे दीदार चाहिए. We want khushu and khuzu in namaz, लेकिन दिलों में ना गंद पड़ा. We want to have a vision of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam when we go to sleep. Lekin that won't happen until our hearts are clean. This is why the great Shaykh gives us an amazing point. He says, whoever adopts the company of those who possess the recognition of Allah, he shall give them recognition of his nafs. Nafs को पहचानने का एक तरीका ये है कि अल्लाह ताला के वलियों के साथ हो जाए, अल्लाह ताला के नेक बंदों के साथ हो जाए, उलमा इकराम के साथ हो जाए. Spend time listening to the bayans of the ulama ikram. Spend time reading the books of Sayyidi Ghusi Azam radiallahu anhu. Spend time reading the glorious Quran and the tarjuma, the translation and the tafsir. And what this will do is this will purify your heart. Sayyidi Ghusi Azam radiallahu anhu says, when saints look towards a person, focus on them. Person's faith, certainty, steadfastness all increase. This is unmistakably a great quality of the walis of Allah. अगर अल्लाह ताला के वली मिल जाए, हमारी दुनिया भी और आखिरत भी समझ जाती है. सैयदी गौसे आज़म रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हु says कि मेरा मुरीद अगर मगरिब में हो, मैं मशरिक में हो, तो उसका सतर हो जाए, I will get that to protect it. और मेरा कोई भी मुरीद बिना तौबा किए नहीं मरेगा. What you need love of Sayyidi Ghusi Azam radiallahu anhu. And how are you going to acquire that love from our learned scholars? By listening to bayans. You've got these things here. We've got hundreds of good bayans on the great status of the awliya ikram. हमें सुने अपने अक़ीदे में खूब करें. अल्लाह ताला हमें शेख अब्दुल कादिर जी का नक़ीद अल्लाह ताला उनके साये में क़यामत के दिन उठाए और उनके पीछे पीछे जन्नत में दाखिल कराए. आमीन. माशाअल्लाह सुभान अल्लाह.